most passionate, selfless person I've ever met.
Brook is the little sister of a friend of mine. We played softball together, and she came to watch one of our games, and I met her then, and instantly her smile stood out to me. I was like instantly gravitated towards her. She's a strong person, but she's loving in a way that I've never seen anyone be before.
For a while, I never did think that there was something there. And then we started hanging out more, and at the time I was living in Lexington and he was living here in Bellevue. And I'd come up one weekend to visit my family and to hang out with him. And it was a Sunday night, so I was getting ready to go back to Lexington. And I remember just being so upset. I sat there and I cried, and I didn't want to go back to Lexington. I said I wanted to transfer home. So that was the first time it was like, I think I'm meant to be with this person.
It was actually weeks in planning. I proposed about a week after Valentine's Day. I had been planning this in my head for forever, and it didn't quite work out the way it was intended, but it actually ended up better. So Brooke has a sister, Paige, who lives in New York City, and we had been up to visit her time before that, and we both love the city. So
about 3 or 4 days before we went down, my sister sent me an email asking if I wanted to do a scavenger hunt in Times Square with some of our friends. So of course we said yes. So the day came, we got to New York, and Michael and I were on teams, and you had to get photos at certain points, like the Ferris wheel in Times Square, the M&M candy store.
We're getting ready to start going, and it starts pouring down rain. And at that time, all of Paige's friends who were going to come do the scavenger hunt with us bailed on the scavenger hunt. So it got kind of hairy for a minute because we were not going to do the scavenger hunt, and then we were going to do the scavenger hunt. So I'm like racking my brain trying to think of another way to do this.
So we're running around, we're doing all these things, and I'm thinking that we're really on a scavenger hunt. Well, our last clue was to meet at the Heart in Times Square. So we finally found the Heart of Times Square, and it was this big wooden thing.
So the last clue had you getting your picture taken in the middle of the heart, because you could go in there's a platform to stand. So we walked in the middle of the thing, and I took my coat off, and they had actually bought me a rose to give her. And
so I went up there, I thought we were in a picture, and Michael got down on one knee and asked me to marry him.
Got down on one knee and gave her the rose and gave her the ring, and that was it. I'll probably be a little nervous. I'm sure I'll be very excited. I'll probably cry. We actually talked about it a couple months ago, and just like thinking about the doors opening and her standing there, I got a little teary-eyed. I'm sure I'll be very emotional. It's just one of those things where I knew very, very early on, and I have a feeling that standing up there and seeing her come down, I'll be just kind of reliving everything that's happened over the last 3 years, and a lot's happened. I'm going to be extremely happy for me, for Joey, and for, the life that we have ahead of us.
And I don't know what I'll be thinking. I'll probably just be so happy and thinking it's finally here. It's finally the day that we're going to be married and for sure live the rest of our lives together. And I know he's going to be smiling all goofy, and I'm not going to do anything but smile back.
I don't dance, but here I am, spinning you round and round in circles.
Brooke, I want you to know that I've loved you from very, very early on. I promise that I will always protect you and love you and care for you and do whatever I can to make you happy.
Michael, I want you to know that I love you, and I love you more than I ever knew I could ever love somebody, and that you've taught me so much, and every day you continue to make me a better person, and I am so excited to see what we have in our future, and I can't wait to grow our family and to grow as one. And I love you with all my heart.